Greetings. Again and again and again, because I've been looking shifty till now. Just done a podcast and I realised I'm looking at the wrong place. I hope you can hear me, because as you can probably gather, my voice is going. I'm not sure where it's going, or if it's staying, or whether it's indecisive at the moment. It's kind of in the middle. It's now Saturday night, and England are out of the World Cup. Surprise, surprise. And it's been one of the warmest and one of the loveliest weeks, weather-wise. I believe it was Monday night, the last time we did the podcast with Jacob and my friend Claire. Since then, I've spoken to about 25 to 30 paramedics at Bournemouth University. Excuse me. I've been to my oncologist. As usual, Wednesdays are locked off completely at the hospital. And Thursday I was working for the Patient Association. My oncologist on Wednesday took one look at me and told me one thing she asked me to do, or ordered me to do really, to slow my life down. I'm running around doing everything. She says I need to take time out. She's even put me on steroids to give me the energy, because I really was at the end of my energy at that point. Slow my life down. That's pretty scary. Because that means I've got to start living in the moment, as a friend of mine said today. If I'm running around doing everything, then life is happening. Then life is busy. I've got breath. I'm living, I'm doing everything that I can to stop. To actually have a moment when you're actually a moment of serenity, a moment of peacefulness, a moment of calm. Sometimes that kind of moment scares me. I went out with a friend of mine today, Crystal, who lives life at 100 miles an hour. But she's one of the most selfless people I've ever met. She had kidney failure in 2005, halfway through her nursing training. And since then, she's gone on to be a carer. God took her out of, as she would say it, I would say, God took her out of nursing. He put her on the wards. Things got too stressful on the wards, and now she's in outpatients. And yet she babysits for her friends. And she says that she was waiting for me to come and pick her up from Romsey Hospital after her blood test. She was sitting with her Kindle in the sunshine. She knew I was coming to pick her up. Everything was good. She just sat there. Her consultant had said that something's wrong with her kidneys, are starting to play up again. And her mum's not brilliant. No, that's wrong. That's the wrong friend. Sorry, scrap that. But everything was serene in her life. Everything was fine. She spoke about it so beautifully. We spoke about what she calls my checklist. My checklist of making sure that those I know and love are... I'm not sure quite what the word is. The word isn't necessarily complete, but they're content. That I have a peace, that they are content. not sure if that's actually selfish. But what she said to me was at some point it may be the case that the way they reach that contentment in their life is at the point of me going. She says she has a peace about me leaving, about me dying. Because to her I'll be looking down on her and guiding her and all sorts. If I could catch her up, that would be one thing. But to actually live in a moment. To actually live moment by moment. I thought I had learnt that lesson last year, or even when I was going through breast cancer. But that wasn't when I was dying, was it? Nurses, doctors, junior doctors, student nurses. When you're with your patients, that is your patient's moment. That is your moment with your patient. You've got 101 things going on in your head, and you've got racing around and charging about, trying to do everything at 100 miles an hour. But when you are with a patient, that is your moment with her or him. But you have to learn to learn. You have to learn to live in your moments too. You have to learn. The discipline of calming down. The discipline of, it's easy to say leave your work at home. Don't take your work home. Leave, you know what I mean. Don't take work home. Don't bring home to work. But you need to learn to live in your own moment. Because I'm finding it really hard to think of how to do that myself. Because it's scary. Because it means I'm not doing something. And that's scary. My dear friend taught me the importance of that moment. And that she, as I said, has a peace about me going. She's not tearful, she's not in bits about me going. Because she knows that I'm going to a better place. She knows that I'm going to be joyful and I am getting weaker. My throat's going and I'm feeling all sorts of pains and things, but maybe that's because I'm not calming down. Maybe that's because I need to learn to stop and listen to birds. To what other people have to say instead of what I have to say. Just a moment.